Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn and I am a fashion designer. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be making a leather bag from lizard skin. This bag will be a sample for a design that will hopefully be available on my website soon. So the outside of the bag will be made out of lizard skin and the lining will be nubuck leather. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll first start off by tracing my pattern onto the lizard skin with a chalk pencil and then going over it with an X-Acto knife before using a pair of scissors for the final cut. Now that I'm done cutting the lizard skin, I'll go ahead and repeat the same steps for the lining leather. Now both leathers are ready to stitch, and I did cut the bag stiffener before I started recording. This material is used to give shape and structure to the bag and will be used on all four sides and the bottom. I will be using the Singer heavy duty machine to stitch the leather. This machine can only handle 5-ounce thickness, so it can only be used on very thin leather. After stitching, I use Gorilla Glue tape to lay the seams flat, which gives it a more polished look. I use this on both the lizard skin and the lining. And then it's back to the sewing machine to stitch the bottom seams. After I'm done stitching, I dab the edges with some water and press them down to start adding shape to the bag. Then I go ahead and cut off the excess leather. Now it's time to insert the bag stiffener. This is my favorite part because this is when the bag truly starts to take shape. Once the stiffener is in, I can begin to insert the hardware. I start with the purse feet, followed by the D-rings that will hold the chain, and finally my brand plaque. Now it's time to work on the flap, which I did cut off camera. So first I'll go ahead and add the magnet. This flap will be inside of the bag. So I just do 2 pieces of leather and then I go ahead and punch the holes and stitch it all the way around before I stitch it onto the purse. For the flap, I decided to do a hand stitch with the wax thread instead of using the machine, since you will be able to see the stitch and it just looks a lot nicer and better quality
with the wax thread. And now it's time to stitch the flap onto the bag. Once I stitch the flap, it's now time to insert the lining and go ahead and add the last stitch.
Unfortunately, I did not record the last couple of steps because I did run into a problem with the lining being a tad too small. I had to go back and remake the entire lining, which was a lot of work. I got a little bit frustrated and decided to stop recording so that I could actually just get it done. So here's the final product. And the chain can be worn short as a top handle or made a bit longer and worn under the shoulder. The strap is on the inside, and I did change the leather to a lighter color since I ran out of the other leather. But this is the final result. Not perfect. I am a beginner in leather crafting, so I'm learning as I go. But I think that for a sample, it's pretty good. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new if you're a beginner in leather crafting. And if you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I'll get back at you. Bye.